Hey, good afternoon, class. This is Michael Crabtree. I've got my beautiful audience here, and I'm going to be going over oil prices in the United States. Now, one of the biggest problems that we face in this country is the fluctuating prices of oil. This is an issue that we deal with on a daily basis. Oil and gas companies are currently in a recession due to the 40% plummet of oil prices in the last 6 months. We need to stabilize oil prices in this country so we can pay reasonable prices at the pump year-round, and so we can strengthen job security for those who work in the oil and gas industry. Now, I keep seeing people post pictures of the low gas prices at the pump with exciting comments attached. Heck yeah, $40 to fill up my diesel, or my prayers have finally been answered. I have also seen statistics that show the amount of money the average family is saving due to the recent plummet of oil prices. CBS News stated that the average savings were close to $1,000 annually. Not too bad. One of the rumors currently being spread around is that Americans are now putting those savings back into other industries, which is strengthening our economy. This is a bold-faced lie from people who have no idea what is going on financially or economically in this country. Now, Gus Foucher is a senior economist with PNC Financial Services Group, and he thoroughly explains how a majority of people are not spending those savings anywhere. They are, get ready for it, saving their money. He also goes on to further state that Americans have seen what the crash of oil can do, and they are fearful of another Great Recession like the one we all experienced in 2008. Now, in 2008, the first sign of the recession was the fall of oil prices. After that, almost every single industry crashed. Now, you may argue this by saying that you aren't saving your money, and you are putting it into other industries. My question to you would be, were you an adult supporting yourself financially in 2008? If you answered no to this, then you don't have the experience to argue this specific topic. If you were supporting yourself in 2008 and you aren't saving your money, then you would not be in the majority. Maybe you already have bags of cash stashed somewhere. Now, I know that you may still be thinking, yeah, whatever, I'm still saving money, so that's cool. But have you ever thought about the price of gas at the pump? What is a reasonable price to pay? Do you really feel that $1.85 a gallon is a good price? If you do, then we really need to start getting the prices of Red Bull and bottles of water significantly reduced. $1.85 is less than both of those items. Now, I can tell you that it costs a lot more to produce a gallon of gas than it does to produce a 6-ounce can of Red Bull. Another thing we should think about is the supply and demand aspect. Politicians and reporters keep saying that we have too much oil. We have an oversupply, so that is why the prices are coming down. So are you telling me that we don't have enough Red Bull? We are running out of Red Bull, people. That's why the prices keep going up. That explains everything. That comparison makes that argument null. Sometimes comparing other items really puts things into perspective. We also need to think about job security for those who work in the industry, or the lack thereof. The price of oil directly affects employees who work in the industry and their families. The most recent oil crash has already taken its toll. Thousands of jobs have already been lost, and WSWS.org says more layoffs are on the way. It isn't fair, and it isn't right. Why should somebody's job be affected by something that is completely out of their control? Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, they made too much money anyways. They should have saved their money. First of all, not everybody in the oil and gas industry is making a lot of money. Salaries for employees who work outside of operations are actually comparable to other industries, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, finance, etc. The individuals who work within an operations group are paid accordingly. They have high salaries, but they are away from home constantly, and their schedules are always changing. For the individuals who have families, the spouse usually has to stay at home with the kids due to the always changing schedule, which means that a majority of these folks are one-income families. So I've told you all the problem. Oil prices are unstable. Well, how can we fix it? What is the solution to an issue that has plagued this country for decades? Now, I'm a petroleum engineering analyst in the industry, and my personal recommendation would be to put regulations on oil and gas companies and limit the amount of oil they can produce on an annual basis. I would also suggest imposing fines on companies that go over the set limits. I would also limit the amount of oil that is allowed to come into this country from other countries. Now, all of these suggestions would keep supply and demand in check, and it would also stabilize the price of oil, which would also stabilize the price you pay at the pump. In conclusion, we know that we have a serious problem on our hands and it needs to be fixed. We need to set strict guidelines for oil and gas companies and moderate the amount of oil that comes into this country. If we don't do something, we'll be dealing with this issue for years to come, and it will only continue to get worse. Projections from the Secretary General of OPEC came out, and he estimates oil will hit $200 a barrel when oil goes back up. Like I said, this issue needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed now. Thank you guys for your time. Okay, before I close out, I just want to show you guys my beautiful audience.
Hi.
Boom, my two kids, Jude and Brianna. Thank you guys again for listening, and I will see you guys soon.